What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So some good news on the horizon for those Banshee and Mirage fans. Banshee Prime, Mirage Prime, and Helios Prime have been unvaulted. Them being unvaulted also means that Nyx Prime and Rhino Prime have been vaulted. If you remember when Prime Resurgence ended and Aya was taken away from us, in place of Aya was the Rhino and Nyx Prime Relics. Those have been vaulted, and now we have access to Mirage Prime, Banshee Prime, and Helios Prime Relics. So that's exactly what we're going to be covering today, is how to get Mirage Prime, Banshee Prime, and Helios Prime Relics, and how you can get your hands on these warframes and companions absolutely free. So without further ado, let's get into the video. If you enjoyed this content, or if this video helped you, please like and subscribe down below. We have absolutely killed it in the last week or two, man. I'm not one to go by numbers, but I see the numbers growing, and you know, YouTube just kind of throws it in my face, and I see it, and I love y'all for it, man. Appreciate the growth. I'm glad these videos have helped. Let's get back into the video. So when Prime warframes and weapons get vaulted and then other ones take their place, the very first thing that you want to do is come right over here to your codex. Once you're in your codex, you want to go over to the universe tab and come right down here to relics and arcanes. And once this menu pops up, what you want to do is just go ahead and search for whatever warframe, weapon, or companion that has been unvaulted, which can be done right here. In my case, I've searched for Mirage, and it's going to show me every single relic that Mirage components can be found in. Keep in mind, with this Prime unvaulting, there are only 4 relics. There's 1 Lith, 1 Meso, 1 Neo, and 1 Axi. And all 4 of these cover Banshee, Mirage, and Helios. And you can see that 2 of these are lit up. That's because we actually got a couple of these before we ended our gameplay today. And if we take a look into Axi H5, you can see that the rare component is Helios, which is why this is H5. Always the rare part, whatever it is, warframe, weapon, or companion, the first letter of their name is going to be right after the type of relic it is. So H5, Helios, H and H. And you can also see where you can find these things. Relic packs, of course. The Steel Path honors, of course. Void, Mithra, and Mott, which Mott is the hardest survival in the Void. And then, of course, down here on the bottom, Cambion Drift Bounties, Cetus Bounties, and Orb Vallis Bounty. And if we look at the Neo B6, remember what we talked about? B, and the rare part is Banshee. So that's also B. That's where the B comes from. And you can see the drop source is pretty much the same. Relic pack, Steel Path honors, and then all these void nodes, and of course on the bottom all 3 free roam bounties. Now, as I mentioned, there are 2 other relics that go with this Prime unvaulting. One is the Lith K5, and you can see all the drop sources here. Remember, K and Kogake Prime. And the last one is Meso E5, and the drop source is pretty much the same. And the Euphona Prime receiver is the rare part, and that's why this is named E5. If you happen to forget which relics are which, don't worry. If you click on any of these, it'll say this relic is in the Prime Vault. So if they are wrong, it really doesn't matter. Once you start to see the drop table, that's when you know this is an active relic. So we've talked about which relics are actually active. 1 Lith, 1 Meso, 1 Neo, 1 Axi. What is the best thing to do to get these relics pronto? My recommendation is to go to your navigation and drop into Orb Vallis. And once we've dropped into Orb Vallis, we want to hang a left and go right over here to this icon, which is the person that's going to give us our bounties. And the bounties that you're going to want to pay attention to are the Tier 2, the Tier 3, the Tier 4, and the Tier 5. With the Tier 2 bounties, you'll see that there's the Lith K5, which is what we looked at in the codex a minute ago, in the uncommon section. All the drop chances in Orb Vallis are the absolute best out of any other node or free roam. With this bounty, the drop chance for the Lith K5 anywhere between 5.88% and 24.7%. Moving on to the Tier 3, we can see the Meso E5 relic, which we also saw in the codex. And the drop chance for this relic is anywhere between 12.5% and 25% in the final stage of this bounty. Moving on to the Tier 4 bounty. This is where the Neo B6 can be found in the uncommon section of this bounty, and the drop chance for this relic is anywhere between 14.73% and 65.15%. And last but not least, the Tier 5 level 40 to 60. This is where we can find the Axi H5, which is the Helios rare part component in this relic. and the drop chance for this is anywhere between 21.43% and 50% in the final stage. My recommendation when you're doing these bounties is to go for the bonus. A lot of the bounties have been fixed in Orb Vallis as of the last patch, so the data keys now work as intended, which is amazing of DE to do finally. So always go for the bonus objective, because at the end of the bounty you will get an added drop. So every stage 1 through 5 you'll get 1 drop, but if you've done all the bonus objectives you will get 1 more drop at the very end for a total of 6 chances at these relics. So I hope this video's helped you. Y'all go ahead and get out there, do these bounties. If you want to go to the void, you're more than welcome. Just understand that it's gonna be a rough couple of weeks trying to get all these relics. Just in our short time playing tonight, we got 3 of each of the Axis and the Neos, and we really only played for about 45 minutes. So y'all take care, enjoy your Wednesday. I'll catch y'all in the next video, man.